You're now tuned in to the Week 17 Fantasy Football Podcast with your hosts, Amalean, fourth from the cross, and Stat Guy Matt. Remember, trust no one except for these guys.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. Who's ready for 17 weeks of football? I know I am. I'm your host, fourth from the cross. For short, you could just call me fourth. I'll let my co-hosts introduce themselves.
Yo, what it do? It's your boy Amalean, a.k.a. El Mayo, a.k.a. El Chapo, your Mexican football guy.
Stat guy Matt bringing up the rear, delivering some stats. Let's do this.
Hey, I like it. So, we're all excited for football, NFL season is upon us, and it's about to go down, man. I mean, football is back. I mean, how else do we put it? It's great. It's a great feeling, I'm ready to sit on my couch and just kick back, pop open a brew, and watch some football. How about you guys?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm excited. Just like you, I'm ready to sit down on my couch, drink a couple of them brews, and watch my team kick some butt.
And with football season comes fantasy season, so let's talk about drafts. How'd you do, Bebo?
Well, good question, I think my drafts went very well, Some people don't think my drafts went very well. But me personally, I got everybody I wanted with the exception of, Peyton Barber. I really missed out on him. I really wanted him, but oh well. What about you guys?
Just like every year, I'm deep on them running backs. I love me some running backs. I feel like they're the ones that take you to the ship.
Yeah, year two with you guys. I think I had a good draft. I'm ready to do this.
Awesome. That's what I like to hear. So I guess let's just give the listeners a quick little intro about our experience in the fantasy football world. I'll start with myself. I've been playing for quite some time now. I haven't been counting the years, but might be somewhere around 10 or so. I don't know. I know there's old heads that's been doing it longer than me, but trust me, you ain't won more championships than me. I've won several different championships in several different leagues, man. I might as well be a fantasy football ringer. What's up, Amalean?
Well, I'm the same thing as you, but better. I've won a couple of championships. I've been to the playoffs every year. I can't think about literally, I've never missed the playoffs, and I will not miss the playoffs. The day I miss the playoffs, I'm done. I'm retiring.
Wow. Big words. Yeah, this is just my second year with you guys, but I've been playing fantasy a long time. Probably, I'm older, so yeah, probably longer than you guys, but only 2 years with your league, but it's been a good experience so far. Excited for this year.
Nice. All right, so I guess let's just get right into the thick of it, man. Let's start our next segment. Let me kill this music real quick, and let's go ahead and start Wild Predictions. Wild Predictions. All right. So go ahead, Amalean. I'll let you kick this one off.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get pretty bold with this. I'm gonna go with my guy. I love them coming out of Texas Tech. Dude has a cannon, and if you pair him up with Tyreek Hill, one of the fastest wide receivers in the league, it's gonna be crazy. Okay, I'm predicting that he's gonna go for 4,300 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and 1 fumble. And I'm thinking that they're gonna have a same year, him and Tyreek Hill, like Matt Schaub and Andre Johnson did in 2009. Go Red Raiders. I love me some Texas college football.
Nice.
Yeah. I like Mahomes. My big prediction for this year, somebody that I've got on my team as a QB2, I'm hoping that Ben Roethlisberger has a big year. I'm predicting a top 5 finish at QB for Big Ben. It sounds like he's in good shape. They say he's slimmed down to 250 pounds. Best shape of his 15-year career. I think that's a pass-friendly offense, especially with Le'Veon Bell potentially out to start. So, Big Ben, I'm looking for a big year.
I'm probably going to roll with the old head, my boy AP, Mr. Adrian Peterson. I know a lot of people think he's washed up, but I think this could possibly be his final year. I think he's going to go out with a bang. I think he's going to finish the top 10 fantasy running back. He's going to have 1,000 plus rushing yards, 9 touchdowns, 300 plus receiving yards. I mean, Reason I'm thinking this is because he just recently went to Washington, and I mean, he beat out all the current running backs for the starting job. I mean, this was less than a month ago. I mean, let's just be serious here. I mean, he will share some passing workload with Chris Thompson, but that's just going to make his workload lighter. I mean, somebody at his age is going to need that, you know?
Yeah.
But before we move on, I do want to get on Patrick Mahomes a little bit, and unless your wild prediction for the year, I'm not big at all on Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes is weak sauce.
Hey, but like I said, hey, it's my Texas guy. I'm going to ride with all the Texas players, so hey, we'll see.
I hear you. I'm not knocking him too much because he's from Texas, but I just don't see it.
Hey, put it like this: Peterson from Texas too, so we'll see.
And I don't know. I don't like Big Ben because he's a rapist. So I guess we can move on.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. I think it's actually a good pick, and definitely I think he'll do something this year. So moving on, I think we got the sleepers for the year. Go ahead and take that, Amalean.
All right, man. I'm gonna go with a 7th-round pick out of OSU. You know, Chris Carson. You know, before his injury in Week 4 last year, he had 49 touches, 208 yards, 0 touchdowns, 7 receptions, 59 yards, 1 touchdown as a backup. I know this is just a small sample size, but his patience to allow the host to form is going to be the key for him to being stellar. You know, I kind of compare his abilities to his alpha matter running back, DeMarco Murray. Okay, I ain't saying that he's going to be like him or he's going to have the same success, but he'll be there. I guarantee you he'll be there, okay? Because Perry's hurt, all right? They ain't going to put him out there, and I actually think Perry's going to be a bust, but I'm going with Chris Carson. That's who I'm riding with.
Nice. Chris Carson actually sounds pretty good. I just think he might be a little injury prone, but definitely a sleeper.
Yeah.
What you think, Matt?
Yeah, I like Chris Carson. I had him last year, but my pick for the sleeper this year is Eric Ebron. This guy's a former first-round pick from Detroit, or with Detroit. Never really panned out as a Lion. The fans kind of turned on him quickly. They thought he had a drop problem. Anyway, he didn't get picked up after his rookie contract, so he's with Indianapolis now. He's behind Jack Doyle, but I don't think that means he's necessarily useless because Indianapolis has shown in the past they like to use 2 tight ends back when they had Kobe Fleener and Dwayne Allen. So I think Andrew Luck likes a tight end, and I think Eric Ebron's going to be a good sleeper this year.
How you feel about that, Amalean?
Oh, man, I'm going to pick him as my bust. Sorry to say that.
Oh,
it didn't work out over there, okay? You had a good quarterback over there, and he was nowhere. He was nowhere. I literally consider him as a bust. You know, sorry to say that.
Yeah. Well, I think Detroit considered him that too. They did not re-sign him, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm on the fence about this guy. I don't know. We'll see. You know, let's see what the change of scenery does. Definitely. My pick for the sleeper of the year, not sleeper of the year, but sleeper for the year is Peyton Barber. He's had an outstanding preseason. He's totaled 87 yards on 15 carries. I mean, 5.8 yards per carry with 2 touchdowns. I mean, very small sample size. I did watch him play last year. Dude he was pretty nice. I like his vision, you know, and he has no real competition. He's dominating the backfield touches. He looks dynamic on the field. And in the offseason, he said he was going to work on his speed, and he did because it shows. I mean, he looks like a brand new back, and I can't wait to see him play this year.
Yeah, I'm feeling just like you, but it just, you know, I've seen him. I've seen Tampa Bay situation. It's like, I can't really go with him, but there's something about him that wants me to go with him. But
right,
you know, but it's just a situation, the running back situation over there, you know. But we'll see. I got him on my team, and I hope he goes off.
Yeah, I think Tampa Bay was hoping to get more than they were getting out of Ronald Jones in training camps. It said something he got like only 20-something carries in the preseason. So, yeah, things didn't work out for Ronald Jones, and I think that opened the door for Peyton Barber to get a lot more touches.
So, breakout player for the year.
Oh, man. I was debating, should I get him for my sleeper? But then I was like, no, this guy's proven. This guy's already been proved. I'm going with a 3rd-round pick out of Oregon, all right? A mighty duck. He's big. He's fast, all right? I'm going with Royce Freeman, guys. Well, what do you think about that guy?
Yeah, Royce Freeman. He's looked very nice. I almost drafted him, But for some reason, I went Greg Olsen because I didn't believe in Freeman that much just because of the team that he's on.
Yeah, I like Royce Freeman. I mean, Denver, I always feel like they've got funky running situations, but I don't know. They always seem to have productive guys. It's just a matter of figuring out which one it is first. So, yeah, I think he's got a good chance to be the guy this year.
Yeah, and look, and check this out, okay? He averaged 5.6 yards a carry and scored 3 times during the preseason, okay? His vision, patience, and his footwork and hands are all pluses, okay? If he could perform 75% of what we did in college, the guy is going to be killer, okay? He rushed for 1,475 yards and scored 16 touchdowns, all right? 75% of that, guys, is good, all right? He'll be over 1,000 yards.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
You know, guys, come on, man. You know I'm all into that college.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, my breakout for this year is a Detroit Lion, Kenny Galladay, coming into his second year. He was off to a great start last year before some injuries kind of derailed the season, but I think he's going to be a favorite target of Matt Stafford. Big target, 6'4". Some people in the local beat media in Detroit refer to him as Babytron, so that's setting the bar pretty high. But he's a big body, and I think Matt Stafford will look for him a lot. In fact, he's been lining up in 2 wide receiver sets with Marvin Jones during training camp. So Golden Tate has been watching some of those 2 receiver sets from the sideline. Just kind of a insider tip there. He's not owned in our league.
Yeah, Kenny's nice, man. It's just Marvin Jones and Tate. I mean, I know what you've seen at training camp,
Yep.
but I don't know. It's going to be hard to overtake those 2 guys. Those 2 receivers are really good, but I mean, there should be enough targets to go around. We'll see. What do you think, Amalean?
Nah, he'll be a W. He'll be a WR3. It's still gonna be Tate. It's still gonna be Jones. Like I just don't see it. Maybe next year, but not now.
Any rebuttal to that, Matt?
Well, yeah, we'll see. I think he's going to be the outside guy in a lot of sets that Tate maybe would have lined up outside before, and Tate will be the slot guy. So we'll see. They're not going to take Tate off the field very often. I just think there's more targets to go around, especially with Ebron out of the picture. They need a new big body.
Yeah, and another plus out of this too is they still don't have a good running back. Okay, so yeah, it's like I said. Yeah, they might throw more. So
Yeah, we'll see. So speaking of running backs, mine is a running back. Running back's going to be Kenyon Drake from the Miami Dolphins. This running back, man, he can do it all. I mean, goal line carries to receiving. I mean, he's a dynamic back, big playmaking ability, and he's already flashed potential, last year in limited touches. Last 5 games of the season, we're talking 5 yards per carry and 177 receiving yards on 20 receptions. I mean, that sounds pretty productive to me. He will be the feature back this year with no real competition, and he will have Frank Gore as his backup. So that I'm going to kind of look at that as a mentor because he is young, and I'm pretty sure Frank Gore can teach him some things he don't know. He's going to be a breakout, and I think he's going to be a first-round draft pick in all
I like him. I think
leagues
he's
next
going to
year.
average about 25 to 30, rushing attempts this year. So he's going to put in some work. He's going to put in some work, and another thing too, he's a good receiving running back as well.
How do you feel about Kenyon, Matt?
Yeah, I was kind of giving you a hard time during the draft. I'm not as high on him as you. I think he's probably going to end up splitting some carries. I'm reading that yesterday the Dolphins listed him and Frank Gore as co-starters. I mean, I know depth charts don't necessarily mean anything, but that doesn't mean nothing. So I'm interested to see how many touches he gets.
Yeah, I think it was just more out of respect, Frank Gore, he's an old head, you got to show him some respect.
Sure.
Yeah, and he's back home, okay? He's back in Miami. That's where he went to school at. So, they got to show him some type of love. Come on, the U. It's the U.
You're now tuned in to the Week 17 Fantasy Football Podcast.
All right, everybody. This is the part of the show where we would normally pause for a sponsor break. If you'd like to sponsor the show, you can go ahead and get in touch with us. Go to the website. We've got the link there over at week17fantasy.com. Get in touch. All right, it's time for busts for the year.
Denied.
We're going to start with Amalean. Who do you got?
All right, guys, I'm going to get a lot of lip, a lot of smack on this, but Jimmy, where do I start? I keep hearing he's going to be a sleeper this year, and I'm talking about Jimmy Graham. But you know what? This guy is going to be a sleeper this year because he's going to be asleep all year. Okay? Guys, check this out. Listen to this, all right? The Packers haven't had a top 15 tight end in the last 4 years, okay? Andrew Corliss, 34th. Rodgers, 15th. Cook, 29th. And last year, I know Rodgers was hurt. I know all that. Bennett, 38. And when Rodgers wasn't hurt, Bennett in 5 games averaged 4 receptions, 39 yards, 0 touchdowns, guys. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter who's at a tight end because the Green Bay, they're more of a wide receiver passing team. That's what they are, and I'm pretty sure stat guy Matt could tell you.
Yeah. I don't like Jimmy Graham either. And I think, like you said, it's a offense where Rodgers likes to throw to receivers. So Graham is kind of touchdown dependent. But anyway, I've got a bust for the year also. I got LaShawn McCoy. I think we talked about him a little bit earlier. I know he's a guy you're taking in an early round. I'm sorry if you've got him in your league. I had him on my team last year, and he was solid right up to the end of the year. But I think he's a year older, and he plays for a bad team. He's got a shaky O-line. Like we were saying, we got a QB. We don't even know who's starting in Buffalo. And I don't like the McCoy situation this year.
You think Machine Guy Kelly is gonna diss that shady there or no?
I don't know.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, I don't know. A topic for another time.
You guys made me feel good about not drafting Jimmy Graham and LaShawn McCoy. I like those takes, man. Pretty nice. Let's see what you think about mine. Mine is running back as well, just like Matt's. It's Mr. Joe Mixon. I think Gio Bernard will push him for the job by the halfway mark of the season. He received a sufficient amount of touches last season, and he just did not produce like he should have. I mean, when you get that much volume as a running back and that many chances to do your thing, and you just don't come through. I mean, you're dead to me. My opinion, they only gave him the job because they spent that high second round pick on him. If you look at the way he plays, he lacks change of direction, speed, and burst. So it's just, I don't know. He's really just not the guy for me. If you have him, I feel like he's going to be a bust, especially because people are drafting him in like the second or third round. So, sorry.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people gave up on Joe Mixon even before he even came to the league, guys. Remember, he punched that girl. So, it's, you got a lot of guys out there that are not going to draft somebody like that, even if it's fantasy football, guys.
I can't say I'm shocked the Bengals drafted a guy who punched a girl, but, it's kind of the thing. It works for them. Yeah, I think Joe Mixon, I don't know. Week 1, I think they're playing the Colts. So I think if you own Joe Mixon, you can probably expect a decent week. But I don't know, long term. Yeah, you guys might be right.
I do want to take this small amount of time, since, we're in that segment a little early, specifically for one player out there that I used to own on a fantasy roster last year. He goes by the name of Jared McKinnon. I'm sorry about that. Jarek McKinnon. I don't know how many times I'm going to mess that up.
You're so close.
It's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter anymore. I don't think this guy's ever coming back. He's done.
No, man.
Poor dude.
It's a shame too, because he was always the backup guy somewhere else, where he got to play after Adrian Peterson got hurt in Minnesota, and now he's got his chance, and he tears his ACL the week before the season starts.
Yeah, tough break for the kid. Yeah, so this is for you, Jarek McKinnon, specifically for you. We might have somebody every week, because that's football, and there's lots of injuries that go on.
Yeah.
But this week, Jarek, it's for you. You're not sharing this time with anybody.
Let me pour out some for the homie.
Pour out some for the homie. Actually, you are going to share this with somebody. You're going to share this with Le'Veon Bell's contract. RIP to that, because I don't think he's ever going to get one.
Wow. Hey, have y'all been hearing the news, man? There's been a lot of smack coming out of the Steelers locker room.
Oh, wow. Really?
Oh, yeah. Offensive lineman, I think, was it Ramon Foster? He tweeted a Le'Veon Bell picture with a Where's Waldo hat and a shirt.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
That can't go too good with the team, man. They're probably going to be another Khalil Mack situation. They're going to send his ass off in a trade.
Hey, bring him to Houston. I'll take him over here all day.
Yeah. No kidding. Well, they can't even pay him at this point because they waited too long. He's already franchised, so all they can do is commit for the future.
Wow. Yep. All right, well, Jarek McKinnon and Le'Veon Bell, that was for you guys. On to the next segment.
It's now time for that part of the show. Ask Week 17.
Oh, thanks, voice guy. Okay, so this segment in particular is for our listeners. We let you submit questions on our website or through our email address, which is questions@week17fantasy.com. I'll go ahead and read the first question off. What player are you most excited to see play on your fantasy roster for week 1?
I'll answer that one. Wow, it's gonna be pretty tough, But the guy that I'm gonna roll with is an ex-Olympian. Okay, he's from the University of Texas, born and raised in Texas. Okay, move over, Mr. Garcon, the new number 1 wide receiver to the 49ers. Marquise Goodwin. That's the guy that I'm looking for. Okay, so guys, look at this. His stats last year with Jimmy, the X-rated lover. He had 29 receptions, 385 yards, 1 touchdown. Guys, that was in 5 games. Okay, 5 games. Imagine 1 whole year. Okay, with no injuries, 93 receptions, 1,230 yards with 4+ touchdowns. Hey, if Goodwin comes around, guys, that's going to be the sleeper. That's going to be the steal for this year. I guarantee you that.
Nice. Okay. I hope whoever submitted that question listens to this because Amalean just put it down.
Yeah. And guys, I'm not trying to be a homer, but I do love me some Texas football.
All right. Question number 2. What makes you guys fantasy experts?
All right, I'll answer this one. I'm not sure that any of us are fantasy experts, but we're pretty sure that we're fantasy experts. I think we all think we're fantasy experts. So, I think what makes fantasy experts is experience. I've got about 15, maybe 20 years of fantasy experience, and I got a passion for sports and statistics. So, fantasy sports is kind of where those two things meet. And then I think another thing to make you an expert is you got to have solid competition. So if you're winning your league every year, you need to find a better league. That's my pitch. If you're out there and you're listening and you're winning your league every year and you want to be better at this, then find a better league.
Yeah, maybe we should do a contest. We kick like the sorriest guy out in our group.
Yeah, the Sacco just got a lot worse.
Right.
If you win the Sacco this year, you're out.
Yeah, we'll get one of our listeners in. We'll just do like a drawing or something. Like, hey, you're the winner. You get to join our league, and we're gonna take your money.
We have a few of those.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what makes a league, right?
Yep.
All right, so moving on. Question number 3. Who do I start week 1, Matt Stafford or Alex Smith? Well, I'm guessing you probably drafted both of those guys late, which is fine. They're both fairly decent quarterbacks, and they're going to put up good numbers here and there. But for me, it's a coin toss. The matchups are a wash. Matt Stafford plays the Jets. Alex Smith plays the Cardinals. I don't see too much of a difference there. But I think you should go with Matt Stafford. Reason being, Matt Stafford has more weapons than Alex Smith. Also, he's more familiar with his weapons. Alex Smith he's on a new team. So just roll with Matt Stafford. Next question. Let's see.
Hey, Fourth. I just got one right now on the Twitter.
Oh, nice.
Let me read it out real quick, okay? Who should I start week 1, Josh Gordon or Pierre Garcon? And the Fourth, they want you to answer this one.
Oh, all right. Well, let's see. That's a pretty tough one, though. Josh Gordon or Pierre Garcon? Okay, so first off, Pierre Garcon, he's a little past this time. I don't want to call him washed up, but he kind of is, I guess. Sometimes he breaks through with a good game here and there. I mean, can't really compare him to Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon he's the man, I mean, no, he hasn't been here, but one thing you do got to keep in mind is Pierre Garcon. He's going to be facing a tough corner in Minnesota, or both corners in Minnesota, really. And Josh Gordon, I mean, he may play half the snaps because he had this hamstring injury he's been dealing with, and he reported late to camp and all that other stuff. So I definitely will probably roll with Josh Gordon on this one, only because his ceiling is higher, and all it takes is one big play from that guy, and he's full of them.
And he's another Texas product as well.
All right. So next question. And that was pretty cool, man. I'm glad we're paying attention to the Twitter while we're doing our podcast. So let's see. Question number 5. Should I trade Saquon Barkley for Alvin Kamara? Amalio, what do you think?
Yes, do it and don't even think about it, okay? Barkley is not proven. To me, he's going to have a decent year, but I just don't think he's how can I say? It's not a good risk to do it, okay? Because Kamara, he's proven, guys, okay? All right, check this out, all right? Last year, he was the number 4 fantasy football running back in the non-PPR league, guys. Non-PPR, okay? Imagine if he was a PPR. In a PPR league, guys, he would have went crazy, okay? He had 120 carries for 728 yards. That's 6.1 yards a carry with 8 touchdowns, along with 81 receptions, 826 yards. That's 10.2 yards a catch with 5 touchdowns. I feel that he could build off of that. With Mark Ingram being suspended, hey, don't even think about it. Trade him. Trade him quick. I see him racking up about 1,500 yards with at least 12 or 13, 14 touchdowns this year, even with Ingram back. So there you go. Go with Kamara. Trade him. Trade for him quick now.
Yeah, me and Matt kind of had that same exact conversation not too long ago, and we said exactly the same thing you just said.
Yep, guys. It seems like these running backs, we're finding them, in the later rounds, and that's what I'm saying. Hunt, 3rd round pick, and it's, guys, he was first round talent, but they drafted him in the 3rd round. One of the best running backs last year. Okay, it's either you're a bust or you're not. Guys, look at old boy from Alabama, drafted in the 3rd round. Okay, bust. I heard you guys talking about him the other day. It's
Trent Richardson.
Trent Richardson. It's a hit or miss. So I just don't. I know, me personally, I wouldn't draft a running back in the 1st round. I'm looking for them in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. That's where they come from.
Yeah.
I think this is actually the last question. I don't see any more that's been submitted. Who should I flex for week 1? Duke Johnson, Kelvin Benjamin, or Sterling Shepard? Stat guy, Matt. Go ahead and lay it down.
All right. Well, I think the first thing I look at is if I want a running back or a receiver in that spot. And I think almost always a running back, assuming they're getting a decent number of touches, is going to put up more points. So immediately I like Duke Johnson there. I think he's a good play there. I know that they've got Carlos Hyde and Nick Chubb both there, but Duke Johnson is the only guy that's kind of got some continuity from last year. Carlos Hyde was a free agent. Nick Chubb's a rookie. So I don't know. And kind of like Amalio was saying about Alvin Kamara, if you're in a PPR league, this is an even better play because Duke Johnson is a great pass-catching back. One of the best in the league. If you're in a PPR league, I definitely think you play Duke Johnson. But even if it's non-PPR, I like him better than the other 2 guys. I don't even know who's throwing Kelvin Benjamin the ball this week. I have no idea who the Buffalo starting quarterback is. And I don't trust a New York Giants offense until I see it work. So, yeah, I go Duke Johnson.
Yeah, quick tip here, guys. Just real quick, just came to my mind. Anybody that is playing Buffalo Bills, play that defense. Please play that defense, okay? Because it's like stat guy Matt said, I don't know who's that quarterback. Yeah. I really don't. Yeah. I really don't. Other than that, I can only name 2 players from over there. It's the running back and the wide receiver. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
And the running back could be suspended to start the season. Who knows what's going on with him off the field?
Yeah, definitely. So, listener, if you're listening, the answer to your question in short is Kelvin Benjamin, Sterling Shepard. Your answer here is Duke Johnson. All right. So, I guess that kind of concludes Ask Week 17. Hopefully, you guys submit some more questions for us. We enjoy answering them, Any stardom, sit-em advice you need, any waiver wire pick-up advice you need. I mean, we're here.
That's right. Yep.
I mean, we put our heads together and we'll give you the best answer possible.
Put them up.
So the email address again was questions@week17fantasy.com.
Yeah. Give them the email address again.
Questions@week17fantasy.com. And that kind of concludes our show. But before we tune out, I do want to tell you guys a little bit about our podcast moving forward. So we'll be releasing 2 podcasts per week. One podcast will be coming out on Tuesday, early Tuesday, maybe even Monday night, late night. That podcast itself will basically it'll have the waiver wire gold segment. That's basically where we'll go through just different waiver wire pickups, who you should handcuff, deep sleepers, regular sleepers, things of that nature. Another segment in that podcast is going to be the APFC, which is the All Pro Fantasy Club. It's going to be the APFC Commissioner's Corner. What that is basically our league. We're just kind of lay down some stories for you guys, a little bit of drama that kind of unfolds within the week. We keep in touch with our league like on a day-to-day basis. So there's constant shit talking. Last segment for that podcast is going to be Pro Talk. What we do in Pro Talk is we kind of give you like real pro tips about being a fantasy footballer, especially for you beginners, There's a lot of stuff you need to know if you want to be good and you want to win a championship. So definitely tune into that Tuesday podcast. Our Thursday podcast, same type of scenario, may be up late Wednesday night. If not, definitely early Thursday. Thursday's podcast will include the Stardom, Sit 'em, Pick 'em segment. What that is basically Stardom, Sit 'em. We take the analysts that put out their picks for the Stardom, Sit 'em, and we kind of just pick them apart because sometimes we don't think they're so good. So we kind of want to warn you guys and just kind of give our own analysis of their picks, and maybe even give you a better one while we're at it. Another segment we have there will be wild predictions. You got a little taste of that today. We just kind of make some wild predictions for the week, and we also review our predictions from last week to see how far off we are. And last segment of that podcast will also be Ask Week 17, which is also what you got a taste of today. So make sure you submit your questions because we can help you with your lineups. And then maybe on occasion, if we're filling up to it, we'll do a Sunday morning live podcast or something for our Facebook group. Please take the time to go to week17fantasy.com and check out the website. Brand new. There's some good information out there. Our user profiles will be up soon enough. But if you just want to know a little bit about us, week17fantasy.com is the place to go, and especially go and submit your questions. You guys have anything y'all want to add before we tune out?
Y'all ready for tonight's game? Who y'all going with? Y'all going with Philly or y'all going with the ATL?
That's a good question. I'll let Matt go first.
Yeah, I think until it's proven otherwise, the Eagles are the Super Bowl champs, so I'll roll with Philly.
Hey, nice. I'm going to go with... Who did I pick in my pick'em? I think I went with Atlanta. I don't know. I like Julio. I like Matt Ryan still, even though he sucks sometimes, and I like Freeman and Tevin Coleman. So I think they'll hold him down.
Yeah, ever since the Love You Blue days, ever since the orders left, I kind of started going for the Eagles. And then, Texans came, I go with the Texans. So, I got to ride with them Eagles.
Texans over Patriots this week. Anybody else who says anything otherwise.
All right, guys, I'll see you at the bar.
I'm on my way.
All right. I'll see ya later.